What up, YouTube? We back with another video. Today we're gonna be reacting to Playback. Don't normalize this woke TikTok trend. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what they talking about.
A few weeks ago, I went to a self-love wedding. So my friend Marcy, I love you, married themselves for their birthday. Everyone had to dress up. I went to a self-love wedding. So my friend Marcy, I love you, married themselves for their birthday. Everyone had to dress up as the opposite sex, or if you're non-binary, you got to choose. So here are some of those outfits. And here's mine. The ceremony was so beautiful. There was even a flower girl, and Marcy looked so beautiful. The whole ceremony made me want to cry. I did shed a few tears, but I was so happy to experience this and the love in the room.
That's some crazy shit.
I personally think that's insanity, but they all look like they had a blast. So.
No, they're having a great time.
So as long as they're having fun, man.
First off, I want to just say that I think it's wildly inappropriate that we teach children that you should grow up and marry someone else one day, but never think to teach children that they should probably marry themselves first. But that's just my personal opinion. Now, I wear a ring, but you could do anything. You could wear a necklace, you could get a tattoo, just something to symbolize your marriage to yourself. P.S. I did this right after a breakup, and it was something really important I needed to do for myself. And something you probably need to do for yourself right now, too. And I encourage you to write vows to yourself. Think about the things that you want someone else to promise to you. Promise them to yourself. But I used the quite traditional vows. I told myself that I was going to love myself through richer and poorer, through sickness and health, through all shapes and sizes of this body, till death do I leave this body. And I
this man doing too much. Like, this man doing too much.
Renew these vows every so often because we need to. I'd love to hear some of the things that you want to say to yourself in your own vows, and let's normalize.
So what do you say?
It sounds like just positive affirmations. That's cool. Yeah, that's not marriage. You know,
No, that's
is the union of two separate people.
No, it's not, bro.
You can't unionize yourself with yourself. You're already one.
Stop, bro. Stop.
Y'all have really been loving these self-love videos that I've been doing, and it's so crazy because I did not know how much self-love stuff that I did for myself until now that I'm speaking about it. But this video, I wanted to talk about my ring. And please ignore my nails because I'm literally trying to grow them out to the same length. So
sound like you need to take care of them nails.
So in the beginning of 2021, I had this really random, crazy idea to basically get married to myself. So I literally had a matrimony ceremony where I had vows, I wore all white, and I married myself. I basically spent the entire day writing myself vows that I know that I could stick to. And then on top of that, I bought myself a ring to basically give myself after reading myself my vows in the mirror. This ring was actually supposed to fit on my ring finger so that it would actually be like a wedding ring, but I don't have my ring size, so it's on my index finger, okay. But basically, I have not taken this ring off since then, and I will not be taking it off until somebody replaces it. Writing down a list of promises and vows to myself has really helped me hold myself accountable, especially when it comes to dating and just being gentle with myself and just self-love in general.
So she's into like polygamous relationships?
No, she's just marrying herself.
I get it, but like now she's married to herself. She can't be with no one else unless she's into polygamy because she's with
herself.
Herself.
She'll have to divorce herself and then.
Unless she's into polygamy, divorcing yourself is gonna be very painful because you basically are saying like all those vows I made about me.
Yeah.
Not gonna do it.
Somebody else can do it better than me. Damn, I never thought about it like that.
That's almost like an existential crisis.
Yeah. What do y'all do when you marry yourself and then you meet somebody else who can actually love you better than you?
But you know, there's some cultures where it's way more common to have like multiple wives or husbands. So she could just have like a wife, her, and then a husband, him. So
or another wife.
She could be two wives.
She could be lesbian.
That's true. Oh my god.
Yeah.
2 wives.
She could have 2 wives. Herself and her partner. So you never thought about that.
I never thought about that. Exactly. I think this is actually
Bored theory at its peak.
like bullseye boredom theory, because there's no one with actual issues marrying themselves.
Yeah.
People that like have to travel to get water long distances and it's not even clean water.
Yeah.
They don't even think of stuff like this because
I mean, to be honest with you, people with lives don't think about this.
yeah, most people with a job.
Yeah,
Actually,
most people with a job and
you
a
have to
career.
wake up and go to work. Then
Yeah.
you probably don't have time to think about this.
This right here is just not passing your mental. All my time living on this earth, this never actually passed my mental. So, people who coexist in like normal society, who wake up, go to work, have healthy relationships with people outside themselves and who aren't massively insecure, they don't think about this.
Is it like a mental illness? Because
I think it's massively insecure. I think this is rooted in insecurities. There's just no other way.
I think it's rooted in pain.
That too.
Like, y'all are so hurt and sad, sometimes depressed, that like to get yourself out of it, your version of self-love isn't like an Epsom salt bath or getting a massage. It's marrying yourself.
It's marrying
or
yourself.
exercise.
What the fuck?
I ain't gonna lie, not only does that, the level of loneliness is just like at a peak, but it just has to be rooted in insecurities.
Like the last guy was cool, like positive affirmations. I was waiting for him to say like he threw a whole wedding or something like that. But she dead ass is saying she wore all white.
Yeah.
You had a ceremony to marry yourself.
The level of self-centeredness.
Is that witchcraft?
And loneliness that has to be in your life for you to get in front of a priest or whoever so they can read off your vows and I now name you wife and wife, like that, like all that, like doing all that just for you to tell yourself to love yourself better.
You know, the irony
that's crazy.
The irony is, if your perfect person found out that you married yourself,
they might be like, okay. Yikes. There's also true. The reason why you're probably still married to yourself is because every time you got in a relationship with someone else, they were like,
"So you married who?" Oh, I guess that's cool.
That's just different.
That first day. Yeah, I hope this goes well because I'm really ready to sign those divorce papers. I'm being honest with y'all. I think that not only this is like level of boredom, but it's one or two things. It's either the level of narcissism that you have to marry yourself is just like through the roof. And I can't even imagine somebody having to love themselves or be so narcissistic to themselves that they actually put on a whole ceremony to show everybody else how much they love themselves. Like that's the definition of narcissism.
Or on the other hand, could be from like severe insecurity as well. Like, how insecure do you have to be to believe that there's nobody else in this world that could possibly love you or show you that they care for you in that way, that you have to turn around and be that person for yourself, which is nothing wrong with that. You should already be that person for yourself. But if you don't think, I don't know. You gotta, I don't know. I think that it could come from a severe lack of confidence or self worth as well, to where you have to like overcompensate in this way.
Or B, the level of insecurity that you have to further confirm to yourself that you're actually worth, you have some level of value and you're worth something in this life, for you to grandstand and do that to the rest of the world or the rest of your friends or people that you know. Like, to do all of that just to basically identify that you have some level of self-value is crazy. Like that is a deep rooted level of insecurity, and I think it's way more problematic than I think a lot of people are willing to acknowledge, especially if you're buying a ring. If you're buying, it's a lot. It's a lot for you to just do it. A lot of the stuff that they're talking about will be better exercise and just practice. Practice these things that you're claiming that you do. Yeah. Practice the ability to actually identify your value.
It's not
and understand
though. You have to have a purpose for your life. Otherwise, you're gonna be self-loving yourself nonstop.
Yeah, facts.
Like, yo, go find a purpose, dog. Like, this is not normal. This is why do we have to normalize weird shit just because somebody's struggling? Like, this is not normal, dog. And that's cool. Like, you can love yourself. Most people, when you're getting those thoughts and you're like, man, maybe I can't do this thing. Maybe you're doubting yourself. They just do positive affirmations. They'll watch a self-help book or watch a motivational video. They'll talk to friends or family, or they'll just lock the fuck in and do it themselves. But never have I seen anybody that's sane think to themselves, yo, I'm gonna marry myself. Like, not even I'm gonna love myself. You should always love you. Go to therapy. You got so much solutions. Deadass, what you need to do is you need to start with a brain scan because there's something wrong. So you might be able to identify what's going wrong in your brain. But if you can't with a brain scan, start eating healthier and taking supplements and stuff like that. You're deficient of something. Get one of those blood tests.
But like you're saying, though, these are all things that you're doing. You're
to
executing
figure out
something.
why you're this deranged.
You're executing though, regardless.
Correct.
What they're doing isn't even executing on the thing
No,
that
it's
they.
just fantasizing.
You're just fantasizing.
You're not even really marrying yourself. You're doing all the fucking ceremonial things.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You're already legally binded to yourself, dummy.
Like the point I'm making is, instead of saying vows of I'm going to love myself through richer and poor, just accept the fact that this is a part of who you are. It may be a phase and work towards it. But going out of your way to marry yourself and have a whole ceremony to accept that fact sounds like you just rather just do the ceremony and have the aesthetics of it instead of actually doing it. The problem that you have with struggling with loving yourself is the fact that you never execute on the things that you want to do. Instead, you're spending way too much time on the aesthetic or the concept of doing it.
You know what
that's a much bigger problem.
This is not normal, bro. This is not normal.
This is not normal. You all have to like seek some form of help because this
But
is
no,
just
no.
not.
I was putting her on game real quick. Deadass, take the blood test. It's gonna tell you like everything about your body. You're gonna see areas you're deficient in, areas where maybe you got too much of something, and then you just adjust. You just adjust. You just adjust, and then optimize your life. Eventually, you feel me? Focus on your gut health. Your gut health is super duper important. It regulates a lot of the hormones in your body. If you're not feeling good, a lot of people think it's your brain. It might be your gut. Just focus, like fix issues, and then once you're back to normal and no longer insane, you won't think of marrying yourself as a solution to any of your problems because it doesn't fix shit, nor is it even a solution. It's not even a real thing. You're in your head. This is not, look, to a certain degree, I feel like if you're finding happiness doing something, go ahead and do it. And if people are reporting that they're leading to a happier life, then sure. Like, if this is making your life better, at the end of the day, like, don't let nobody tell you otherwise, okay? Like, niggas are gonna have separate opinions and shit like that. I just think this is deranged.
But why? But the only thing I have a problem with is if you need self affirmations, which is fine if that's what you need. I think that there's a much more productive way of doing it rather than having a whole ceremony. To me, it's not even, if you want to just say you want to make promises to yourself, that's fine. To an extent, I think we all do that anyway. It's the taking the next step of I'm gonna have a whole ceremony to show everybody how much I love myself. The level of fucking narcissism you have to be in to marry yourself instead of helping other people in the world is crazy. Bro.
Stop fucking giving niggas advice. Like, I hate when dumb niggas give advice. Stop advising people to do dumb shit. They advise people to do this, by the way. It's not like they just said, that's what I'm doing. They say, yo, you should do this too.
That is true, yeah.
They're trying to spread the plague.
Yeah, they are. They literally are.
Spread the polygamy plague.
Yeah,
Fuck
bro.
out of here.
Yo, just do better, be better, want better. But you don't have to marry yourself for that. Hey, everybody deals with that. We just don't marry ourselves, man.
I want y'all to marry that fucking subscribe button, though, man. Go ahead, marry that, and then while I fumbled.
You did, bro. Love yourself though through this.
Yeah,
Love yourself through this. Love yourself through this. You got this. All right, go ahead, go, man.
Oh, bruh, these niggas stupid. But that was another video, y'all. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all hit that subscribe and that like button if you want to see more content like this. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.